Well, having spent just a little over a year building Urtle, it was time finally to take it for a real road trip and to test it out. Every nut and bolt that I could think of had been done up, finished, put in place, upholstered. Even the canvas for the pop top was complete, so there was only one thing to do, and that's take it on the road. We chose to go to Bylong for the first night. It's a place we've been before with the caravan, and it's a nice quiet little spot where we could sit. But when we got there, there was the mother of all storms brewing. The thunder rolled, the lightning crashed around us, and torrential rain pelted us for more than 6 to 8 hours, until about 3 o'clock in the morning before it finally stopped. Needless to say, we found every leak that there was possible to find. Next morning, after a little bit of a clean-up, we got on the road again and headed south to Dunn's Swamp. Again, we've been to Dunn's Swamp before, and it's a lovely little spot on the edge of a little lake, a man-made lake, that was built to provide a water supply to the Candos cement works. We really like Dunn's Swamp. It's a nice quiet little national park campground, and we've been there many times before. From there we got back out on the road and went to a place we've never been before. We went to Newnes. Newnes is an old mining town set in the middle of what is now a national park. It was based around a shale oil mining operation, and at one stage there was quite a large village here servicing the mine. But now it's a national park. The industrial areas are ruins, and it's just a really pretty spot in a deep valley called the Walgan Valley. About this time I thought I'd better get out the drone and see if I can learn to fly the thing. This is only the 3rd time I've had it in the air, and almost every time I try to set up a nice looking shot, I push the control levers and the drone goes in completely the opposite direction than I expected. So I suppose after a while I probably will get my head around it, but in the meantime this is what you get. As you can see, the campground is a lovely wide open grassy area right alongside the Walgan River, and is completely surrounded by these high sandstone cliffs. At this point I was trying to take some publicity photos, if you like, photos that I might be able to add into the YouTube series I've started to build to cover the building process for Urtle. And here I was setting up for a nice circular shot panning around Urtle, and I thought it'll be fine. I'll just keep these same settings going as I come around this side, even though I can't see what the drone is doing. I'm watching closely on the laptop until I saw these leaves come into the view. Stop. I didn't crash it. Next morning on the way out, we took a little side trip, very small side trip, over onto the railway embankment that serviced the little town and the industrial works, and about all that's left of that is the railway station here. To get over to here we had to cross the Walgan River, and in hindsight I probably shouldn't have, but because we got home you can tell that I did it. We had to cross over. This is coming back, and what I didn't realise was that the river depth on this side was quite a lot deeper than it looked. You can tell by the colour of the water just there if you look closely, but there's a couple of quite deep holes. that brought the water up almost to the top of the bonnet. From the campground, it's a nice drive out along a reasonably well maintained dirt road through the original little township, past a couple of the remaining railway wagons. This one in the middle here, labelled Commonwealth Oil Corporation. From there you pass through the only two habitable buildings left, one of which seems to be a house and the other is a hotel. I'm told that the population of the town is now 4 people. After about 9 kilometres of dirt road, you reach the tar again. And the tar is beautiful, brand new. Largely, I expect, because it goes as far as the Emirates' one and only hotel resort, which is down in the valley here as well. And this valley road runs along beautiful farming country, completely surrounded by the high cliffs until you get to the road up over the mountain to get onto the plateau. On our way here we were stopped with road closed signs, but the stop-go man at the top said, if you wait a little while, they'll get the truck out of the way and you can drive down, because they were taking the mountain off the top of the road. It had slipped down the night before in all that heavy rain. But as you climb higher and higher, you get some really nice views back over the valley. And you get to dodge around a few landslides as well. So from here it was just 10 or 11 kilometres out to Lithgow. And from Lithgow we headed off down the Bells Line of Road, down to Windsor, Wiseman's Ferry, and then home. A really good little trip.